Number 113 Squadron was a Royal Canadian Air Force squadron that was active during the Second World War. It was originally formed as an Army cooperation squadron and then a fighter squadron before being disbanded in 1939 and then reformed in 1942. It was primarily used in an anti-submarine role and was based on the east coast of Canada and Newfoundland. The squadron flew to the Lockheed Hudson and Lockheed Ventura before disbanding on 10 August 1944. Sinking of U-754. On 31 July 1942, Hudson 625, commanded by Squadron Leader N.E. Small, was conducting a patrol in the vicinity of Sable Island when it sighted U-754 on the surface. On the first pass, the aircraft dropped depth charges just as the submarine began to dive. A second pass found the boat just under the water, apparently damaged by the depth charges. On the third pass, the aircraft fired its front guns at the boat's conning tower. The plane then observed the damaged boat for 55 minutes before an explosion seemed to finally settle the matter. U-754 was sunk with all hands lost. For this achievement, Small was posthumously awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross in January 1943. Actions in the St. Lawrence. In September 1942, Eastern Air Command stationed a detachment of 113 Squadron aircraft at RCAF Station Chatham as the Special Submarine Hunting Detachment in order to provide air cover for convoys in the Gulf of St. Lawrence. U-boats had begun to infiltrate the St. Lawrence that met and had already scored some notable victories without a loss. However, the increased air cover allowed Canadian forces to mount a vigorous anti-submarine defense. The first attack by a 113 Squadron aircraft on a U-boat took place near Anticosta Island on September 9 when pilot officer R.S. Keatley and his crew dove in on U-165, but did not cause any critical damage. On September 16, Keatley launched an attack on U-517, but despite getting a depth charge lodged on its deck, the U-boat escaped unharmed. On September 24, 113 Squadron registered 3 attacks on 7 sightings on U-517, plus a further attack on September 29. Despite considerable damage from these attacks, both U-517 and U-165 departed the Gulf. Flying Officer M.J. Berlanger, who had conducted 3 of the last 4 attacks on U-517, would later be awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross.